Hi everyone. Here for our last week of introducing skill-related fitness components. Just a quick review. Health-related versus skill-related fitness components. Health-related is your ability to become and stay healthy through exercise, physically healthy through exercise. And skill-related fitness improves your performance in sports and physical activities. Even if you don't play sports, you still need these skill-related fitness components. It helps you maintain a healthy lifestyle, makes it easier for you to do your 60 minutes of physical activity. Knowing your skill-related fitness levels help you choose lifelong activities, and it can help you remain safe throughout your life. So we have agility, balance, coordination, power, reaction time, speed. So today we're going to talk about reaction time and speed. But of course, always a quick review. Agility is your ability to change position of your body quickly and to control your body's movements. We had that little example of the dog running through the agility course. Next, we had balance, to keep an upright posture while standing or moving still. And remember, there's two types: static balance, staying upright while standing still, and dynamic balance, staying upright while your body is in motion. And these are examples of static balance, tree pose, and then dynamic balance. It's moving while you're staying upright. Then we had coordination, using your body's senses together with your body parts, or using two or more body parts. And there's two types. There's gross motor and fine motor. Gross uses your large muscles, and fine uses your small muscles, like in your hands and in your feet. Two types of motor coordination are hand-eye and foot-eye. In hand-eye coordination, your sight guides and controls and directs your hand or arm actions. Foot-eye, your sight gives control and directs foot or leg actions. And how do these help you? Well, in sports, hand-eye coordination, throwing, catching, juggling. Foot-eye coordination, soccer, bike riding, school. More fine motor control with your hand-eye coordination, writing and typing and cutting, those small muscles in your hand. Foot-eye coordination, walking downstairs. In life or at work, using operating machines or using tools are ways that hand-eye coordination, and sometimes that's gross motor and sometimes it's fine motor. And foot-eye coordination, stepping off a curb and make sure you don't trip, or driving and using the pedals. Then last week we talked about power. Power means you can move your strength quickly. So remember, your strength, muscular strength, comes from our health-related fitness components. That's how much you can push or pull with maximum force. And speed is to perform something in a short period of time. We're actually going to talk more about it today. And we showed these two examples of plyometric exercises, which are explosive exercises that involve a shortening and then a lengthening of the muscles in order to increase power. So we talked about a push-up, plyometric push-up, and we also did horizontal and vertical jumping. So today, reaction time is to respond or react quickly to what you see, hear, or feel. And so visual is your sight, auditory is your hearing, and tactile is the word for what you feel with your skin, with your fingers, or your feet. So visual reaction time, examples: hitting a baseball, applying the brakes on your bike when you see a stop sign, a soccer goalie moving toward the ball to save a goal, or ducking quickly out of the way when something is coming at you. And there's actually some really fun things you can do online. Here is a reaction time test that you can do. The website is right there. So what I'm going to do is when the red box turns green, I'm going to click my mouse as quickly as I can, and it'll show me what my speed was. So I'm waiting for green, and I click, and it tells me how many milliseconds it took for me to click that. And so the goal is to try to get that as low of a number as you can, which means you're getting faster and faster every time. And you can do it several times. It's free. You can just continue on. Here's some graphs that show you how most of the people are somewhere in this range. You might be faster, you might be slower. It'll be interesting to find out. All right, back to the next one, which is auditory reaction time. When someone yells, "Heads up," and you cover your head, or taking off from a starting line in a race when you hear that starter pistol, or responding to music while you're performing a dance. There's a musical cue and you know that your body reacts a certain way and it has to happen quickly. So there's also some fun audio reaction time activities that you can do online. So with this one, I'm going to wait until I hear a bell. And when I hear a bell, I'm going to touch my mouse or my space bar as quickly as I can. Oh, it's taking a long time. Let me check my volume. Oh, that's probably why. Let's try it again. Had my volume down too low. Here we go. And you can see that it turns green, and again, it tells you how fast you were able to do that. And again, just like with the visual, you're trying as best you can to get that number lower and lower and lower, and that would show that you're improving your reaction time. All right. The last one is tactile reaction time, and this is what you feel. So pulling your hand away from a hot stove, or when a quarterback gets the football in his hands, he knows it's time to drop back, or jumping up on a chair if a mouse skitters across your feet, or grabbing the baseball out of your mitt after you feel yourself catch it to throw it and make an out. So what you feel is called tactile reaction time, and unfortunately, because it's on the internet, we don't really have any fun things we can do from an internet perspective, but there are certainly things that you could work on at home. You could close your eyes and have a family member, tap your finger or touch your leg, and you raise a hand as soon as you feel it. See if you can get quicker at that. We're also going to go over speed today. So we're taking two of these fitness components, skill-related fitness components on. So speed is to perform a movement or cover a distance in a short period of time. And there are 3 examples of speed I'm going to show you today. First one is a race where running is involved. So also a little bit of reaction time here because they have to listen for the starter pistol.
Set. Well, the crowd roars and the cameras flash, and a very good run by the American Tel Kimmons. He's gone very strongly indeed. Now that the Jamaicans have got it served, the Americans, and Gatlin's made a bit of headway down the back straight there, and it's USA from Jamaica at the moment, very, very strong indeed. But here goes the Jamaican changeover was terrific, and all of a sudden you've got Tyson Gay versus Johan Blake, and Blake's winning this one, and here comes Usain Bolt. He has the baton, and it's Bolt versus Ryan Bailey, and Usain Bolt is moving away, and Jamaica retain their title, 36.85, and the world record has been taken apart.
So many of you will recognize Usain Bolt, who is a very famous Jamaican runner who is a world record holder in the men's 100 running race. This was a relay where 4 team members each took a leg of the lap, and you can see they were able to go all the way around the track in less than 37 seconds. So that would be an awesome example of speed, covering a distance quickly. Now this one is cup stacking, and we've done cup stacking in PE before, but we've never done it on a competition level, and I think it is super interesting to see how fast kids can get at cup stacking. So 5 seconds, he was able to do all of those different formations on cup stacking in a competition setting. So that would be an example of completing a task in a short period of time. They're not covering a distance, but they are completing a task. And I have one more example of completing a task in a short period of time. And so this is solving Rubik's Cubes. Oops. Sorry about that. Here we go. So they get to look at it, and then they touch their hands. And when they take their hands off of the sensor, the time starts. Look it over, they put their hands on the sensor and start. This one is under 5 seconds, but they didn't have a video, but they have the timer there. And here is another one. This is the fastest time. Less than 5 seconds. So those are some good examples of speed, and maybe you can think of your own examples of speed that you could be working on at home that either cover a distance in a short period of time or you're completing a task in a short period of time. So don't forget, this is coming up. We only have 2 more weeks of school. This is the last of our skill-related fitness components, so please go to your grade level tab for this week's activity and then fill out your attendance form. As always, Mrs. Delano or Mrs. Swearingen and I really miss you. There's my email address for Mrs. Delano and Mrs. Swearingen email address there. If you want to drop us a line, we'd love to hear from you. Have a great week, everyone.